Hello everyone, welcome back. Today's video answers the question, what does it take to become a coach? And as ever, I hope you'll find it a useful addition to your research into coaching generally. Now, unsurprisingly, the answer depends on how much effort you put into becoming a coach in the first place. And the reason I say that is that the bar to becoming a coach is low. And why do I say that? Well, it's because the coaching profession is unregulated. There are no compulsory exams. There's no regulator to impose sanctions if a coach is ineffective or does something wrong. There's no obligation to have professional indemnity or other insurance, although I do. And there are grey areas between coaching and mentoring and therapy and other personal development methodologies, and I've spoken about that in a separate video, that some coaches just mix up. And in fact, you can set yourself up as a coach in just a few hours, and that's why the bar to becoming a coach is low. But the bar to becoming a good coach, in my view, is high, because being a good coach is an ongoing process, which for me, for example, has taken about 4 years overall, at least 300 hours of training, more than 200 hours of actual coaching, more than £25,000 of personal investment, as well as verification by trainers, accreditation by the International Coach Federation, and certification by the Entrepreneurs Circle coaching system. And all of this is on top of being a practicing employment lawyer. And it's that sort of commitment and investment that I like to think makes a coach a good coach. So if you have any concerns about my credentials, I hope that puts your mind at rest. But let's go back to answer the question, what does it take to become a coach? What's actually involved? Well, it's a mixture of theory, practice, courage, confidence, and being trusted. The theory part covers how people interact with each other, how the brain functions, the basic principles of neuroscience, psychotherapy, neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, and transactional analysis. It involves a more day-to-day theory about how to listen, how to observe body language, how to ask the right questions, how to stay silent, and how to use silence, and generally how to engage with someone so as to build up trust and confidence within an important and usually confidential relationship, because many people who are coached experience for the first time ever the luxury of thinking and talking about yourself or your business without interruption and without a feeling of squeezing the experience in between other things. Being able to have me time officially can come as a weird but then rather comfortable surprise and then a necessity. So that's the theory part of being a coach. The practical part covers how to put the theory in practice by using exercises, listening actively and having detailed conversations or thinking sessions to develop a plan that then identifies where you want to be, that's the future, where you are now, that's the present, and then how we close the gap between now and the future, and doing so in a way that gets and keeps you enthusiastic and regularly checking in, so you don't feel on your own, and you can also sense check things with me when you feel stuck or unclear about things. Now those are really the features of individual coaching. When it comes to business growth coaching, there are some similarities to the approach to individual coaching that I've just touched on, but there's also a focus on other business issues, which is part of a structured business marketing or business growth system that essentially has 4 stages. Stage 1 is when we get the foundation blocks of your business in order, and that means looking at your current marketing, your leads, your pricing, getting reviews, and putting yourself into a market that may be crowded but where you need to be distinctive. Stage 2 then involves fixing your marketing and your messaging to make you an obvious choice in your chosen field or for your particular product, so that you don't have to actively sell as much because people already come to you as the go-to person wanting to buy your service or your product. Stage 3 then involves a fair amount of work on knowing your numbers, which sounds a bit scary for many people, but not knowing your numbers is why a lot of businesses don't flourish. Basically, we focus on what's your revenue, what does it cost you to get that revenue, what's the average income per customer or client over the life of that customer or client, and then you find out what's the most profitable thing to be doing or selling, and what are the most profitable types of customers and clients to have. We also then focus on how much you need to spend to grow, because you can't make money without spending it, and to find out where your break-even point. And generally this involves getting into the habit of doing things rhythmically and regularly, so that you work on your business, which in turn creates new business more easily, which then ends up with you actually being the owner of a business rather than the owner of a job which owns you. So the answer to the question, what does it take to become a coach, is that it involves seamlessly mixing up theory and practice, but also building up the benefits of personal experience and expertise, but in a way that requires a certain amount of courage and confidence on my part, but also trust, confidence and a commitment by you to work on your career or your business, so that you're then more in charge if you're an individual, and you're also more in charge and make a profit if you're a business owner. So there you have it. If you want to read the text of this video and other videos I've done, you can find everything in the library on wxl.coach. And if you have any other questions you'd like answering that are not in the library, just let me know and I'll try to fix it. As ever, thanks for watching. Bye bye.